It's Vern from VFC Archery. So I'm back today with you. I've got two hornbows that I'm completing. They're a Turkish design. They have been drying for 9 months and 1 year. They've got the horn, the wood, the sinew. You can tell looking behind me here over my shoulder that they've taken shape quite nicely. One more recurved than the other, which is the one that we're going to be tillering first. It's the one that's been drying for approximately 1 year. I live in quite a dry climate, so that could be equivalent to 2 years, maybe 3 years in other more humid climates. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out the first bow, and we will use a tillering board that I made in order to bend the bow to the point that we can break it in to some degree and then estimate the length of the string. It's a continuous loop string as opposed to a string on a traditional bow, which tends to be a Flemish twist string. So these two bows, both approximately 50 inches in total length, nock to nock, probably looking for about 48 inches out of them. It is hard to tell what the draw weight's going to be. I can only estimate that it's probably going to be somewhere between 75 and 100 pounds each, but it's hard to tell. These two bows will need to have nocks cut on them. I will also need to slowly break them in just by putting pressure on them with my knees in order to kind of just slowly getting them to bend. It's a slow process to get the bow to take shape. Also, you may hear a fair bit of cracking when the bow starts becoming tillered, and what that is that's actually the glue that's cracking. It's not the sinew, it's actually the glue, and it will crack to a certain point, but it's not fatal. It's actually expected. I don't consider myself an expert when it comes to hornbow making, so this could be interesting because we really don't know what the final outcome might be. So you may end up seeing one of these blow apart on a future video. That's totally something you have to accept when you start making them. So these two bows, the first one takes quite an interesting form. You can see the horn, water buffalo horn, maple air-dried wood, and then of course we've got the deer sinew. These bows, at least at this point, and I don't consider that there's a lot of tillering left to do. This will be the first one. This one's got another 3 months to dry behind me. These bows pretty much weigh, this one weighs 525 grams, right, pretty close to that. This one's over 600, so that's probably due to the excessive glue that I've used, because I have put more sinew on these and used more glue to be more successful. These are not going to have the same performance as would be a superior Turkish bow, maybe made back a few hundred years ago, or by some skilled bow makers today. Even though they're very few and far between, the more sinew you use and the more glue, the slower the bow is going to be. So join me for this series of videos, not only with this bow, but with this one. With any luck, they'll survive. It's Vern from VFC Archery, and thanks for watching.